Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Here's Hurts. And the defense making a play on this opening series. That one is knocked away, and that brings up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any question about it. You can see right from the jump here, the point of emphasis with this coaching staff. Be active with your hands, not just one guy. All these guys are flying around and so actively, aggressively looking for that impact play.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. On the move, headed right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
63. 73. Hey, easy. 63. Back.
Trying on 4th down. Here's Hurts. He's got to do it. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. And this is going to be Cowboys football. So the first drive goes almost nowhere, and then, Brock, then they turn it over.
You know, it is such a double whammy, Kate. Obviously, you hate the turnover and giving away possession. But these opening drives are really a time to see what your opponent's going to do. The great coordinators will script it, right, to get different personnel and different formations to try to get some tells from the defense. No tell there other than a critical giveaway.
Yeah! Here we go!
Prescott opening with a pass. Completed over the middle. And this is going to be down to looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. An excellent game, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
They've got first down here from the 36. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
47. Kill. There's a run of 54. One here. There we go. Kill.
They'll air it out on 3rd. He's got it. Complete to Pickett. And And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a first and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Doesn't like what he sees, so we got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Great, set. Right anyway, hey, Silver. Hey, easy, 63, bad. Miami. Kyle up, Yeti. No touch.
Hurts setting up to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he's going to score. Pick 6 for Dallas. So now it's 13-zip, Brock, and they've got to be even happier knowing that multiple phases of their game contributed to this lead early on.
Yeah, I'm going to guess the defense probably not going to keep up with the offensive scoring touchdown for touchdown, but you can't script a better start.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Great, set. Right anyway, hey, easy, 63, bad. No touch.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
No touch, set. Right anyway, Silver, set. Man. No touch.
Hurts looking to throw. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Trimmer. Kyle up, Yeti. Hey. Kyle up, Yeti. Kyle up, Yeti. No touch.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And he's hauled down there for the sack on the final play of quarter number 1. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Our score, 14-0. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have second down behind the sticks.
Hey, 73, 73. No touchdown.
Hurts to throw. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Gain of 4 yards.
It's a gain of 4 there, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
Hey, 73. Crowd left,
First
yeah.
and 10 at the
Right,
39-yard line.
Hey, easy. Sit. Right, anyway, go silver, ready? No touchdown.
Throwing here, Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
No touchdown.
First down, a run with Barkley. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10.
Great. 73. Right, anyway, Alpha. No touch.
Hurts. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They go heavy on this first and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation.
No touch.
Barkley runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a one-score game before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Jake Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one doesn't make the landing zone, so this drive's going to start at the 40. So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here. From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10.
Yeah! Here we go. Boy,
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Dak off the play fake. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. Works the sideline inside the 35. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. Offense to the line fast. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wide eight. We're going to 54. Wide eight. Here we go. 46. Hey, kill. 26.
First down, here's Dak. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Yeah, here we go. Right there.
Back to the air, Prescott. And again, it's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions have made this 3rd down.
As a quarterback, you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane, and he couldn't do it on that one.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Yeah! There we go.
They'll throw 3rd and long. And they knock away another one. 3 straight passes, Brock, failing to connect. That brings us to 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Three straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th.
Yeah! Here we go. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Wide eight. Here we go. 46.
They do snap it. Here's Prescott. He completes it in traffic. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go, 47.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Working inside the red zone. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah! Here we go. Wide eight.
Williams. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they were quick.
Now we get to a very interesting call on third down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error? Just a single yard to go.
3rd and goal now. Can they find that final yard? We get a timeout. 8 seconds remaining before halftime. Defense made the stand last time. Do they have another one in them here on 3rd and goal? Prescott set to pass. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys will add to their lead at the end of the half. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14.
Eagles 7.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Dre, set. Out. Hey, crowd left Yeti. Come on, let's control the trenches.
Throwing here just before halftime. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left brought in inside the 20. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, foot line in.
Dak now from the gun. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. Now he's past the 25. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Yeah!
From the red zone on 1st. Tried setting up the screen, but this is intercepted. He's at midfield. The 30. Gets the 10. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia. six, you get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Jake
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles tie this game at 21. Hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Tolbert now to return it. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah! Hey, forward in. There we go, 26. There we go, 47. 26.
Prescott here from the gun. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Dallas first down. Working quickly here. First and 10. Here's Prescott. Into the hands of Pickett. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Prescott on 1st and 10. He's got it at the 5. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
4 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and goal, Dallas.
Williams will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. And dose of the hurry up here.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal. At the Eagles' 4-yard line.
Prescott to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys take a 3rd quarter lead. George Pickens the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10.
Tiger Swamp. Going silver, ready? Kyle Love Yeti. No touch.
Now Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Dre, set. Trimmer, trimmer. Tiger Hornet. Yeti, Yeti. Don't touch.
Here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Don't touch that. Hey, 70, crowd left Yeti. Man.
On third down, it's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And that makes it fourth down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Crowd left Yeti. Hey. Hey, Silver. Hey, easy, 63, 73, 70. No.
Back to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on fourth, and they pick up the first down, too.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Good, set. Anyway, hey, easy, 63, back. No touch.
They give to Barkley, left side. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 45-yard line.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is within reach. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Great, set. Go Silver. Man. Crowd left Yeti. Yeti. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
Hurts setting up to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. So they're left facing third and long.
And 11.
Tiger Hornet. Great, set.
He's back to throw. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on third down than they did on second. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
63. No touch that. Crowd left Yeti. Trimmer. Hey, 73. Man. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
Desperation time here. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on fourth down. That gets him the first. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38.
Silver, set. Hey, anyway, hey, Silver. No touch.
It's Hurts once again. This is Cooper working the left side. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Great, set. Anyway, 73, crowd left Yeti. Hey, easy, 63, bang. No touch.
Hurts throwing again. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
No touch that. I know you with that. Call up Yeti. Go Silver, ready? Yeti. No, hey, easy 60. Tiger Hornet. No touch.
And again, here's Hurts. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he'll go down here at the 16. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
63. 181.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Call up Yeti.
Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Now facing 2nd and 10 following that false start.
Call up Yeti. Man. Don't touch that. Trimmer. Man. Go Silver, ready? Call up Yeti.
He'll look to throw it. It's Barkley underneath. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal.
Great. Set. I know you with that. Tiger Swamp.
Barkley will not get past the line. He's held up at 4. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal.
Great. Set. No touch.
Go to him again. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. We'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to it.
Turpin on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, check. Here we go, 40. Hey, kill. Here we go, kill. Wait, take two.
Back to throw. Connects on the crosser. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running.
Then we're going to 53. Hey, kill. Then we're going to 54. Right. Here we go, 46. 26.
Setting up to pass. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Still at the 40 here. Second and 10.
47. Yeah. Here we go, 46.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Incomplete pass on first down, so still at the 40. It's second and 10.
Hey, get 47. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide in. Here we go, 47. 26.
Here he is to throw. You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Kate, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Here we go. One, hey, kill. 47. Here we go, kill. Then we're going to 53. Hey, kill. 26.
To throw. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! Keely Ringo picks it off. So we'll take over deep in enemy territory. He's out inside the 30 on the INT.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. And now this offense has got a chance to do so.
Hey, 73. Call up Yeti. 9. Yeti. 73.
Hurts on first down. Flush down now to his left. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
This game now resting on the leg of Jake Elliott. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. The first time they've called him out today, and he has a chance to win it. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. Ball Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Great. Set.
Hurts looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And not much doing. He's stopped quickly. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. Left with just a touch longer to close this one out. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. The kick is good. He got it. And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game